Cameron, Texas, located in the heart of central Texas, deep in Milam County, is known for its quaint hometown feel. From the friendly smiling faces and the abundant community parks to the beautifully restored courthouse, the history runs deep in the small Texas community. A drive across Texas with a stop in Cameron will certainly bring a Texas-sized smile to your face. And that's coming from a Texan.
Drive across Texas.
Hey folks, welcome back to Drive Across Texas. I am Pat Waters. We're still in Cameron, Texas, the county seat of Milam County. We're sitting at this fabulous restaurant with the owner, Miss Susan Jolly, of the Dutchtown Deli and Cafe. Susan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I am awesome. Thank you so much for feeding us. I'm telling you, we ate that Monster Hog. No, that Monster Hog.
Monster Hog.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
I had some of your tuna salad. It was great. Homemade potato soup. It was awesome. And I think Miss Wendy had a grilled chicken sandwich with mushrooms on it. And it's phenomenal. Really good stuff.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, and I know our listeners are curious. Folks, I'm telling you, if you come through Milam County and you come through Cameron, Texas, you have to come here and get you something to eat. So why the restaurant?
Well, it turned out that I've always liked to cook, and my husband loves to cook. And several years back, my career was in the dental field, and I found out that I had a chemical issue with monosodium glutamate and other preservatives. And so my husband, he started cooking for me, and that's how we realized that I had this allergy. Mm-hmm. And so he started blending all of our spices, taking it out of everything and doing everything as natural as we could. And then I quit working where I was working because I was having some issues, and I came to manage this place. And I managed it for about a year. It was for sale, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the building. I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the atmosphere, the fellowship, and visiting. The community is wonderful. And the food, my husband loves to cook, and I love to cook, so we just put in our recipes. We took out any monosodium glutamate that was in our recipes and made it where I could eat it. And I enjoy fellowship and feeding people.
Well, it's something that's very, very obvious when you walk through the doors here. I walked in, and I knew exactly who you were, the owner, because I could see the love in your eyes of what you're doing. You've built something really special for this community. And here, Drive Across Texas, that's what we're about. We're going to do episodes in all 254 counties in this great state of Texas, and basically bring to people all these different, with the same common denominator communities in the state of Texas. And if you boil it all down, you throw it in a melting pot, it's about fellowship, it's about love, and it's about your current community. Mm-hmm. And that just pours out of your souls here, and I want to commend you on that.
Thank you.
We were eating lunch, and you were so kind to eat with it. You said something that really caught my intrigue and my interest. You said that you can feel that fellowship. There was some kind of particular failure. Explain to the viewers what you're talking about.
Well, in the mornings when it's fairly slow here, there's a low-key atmosphere, and then as the lunch rush comes on and the building fills up, there's a presence of fellowship. I don't know, it's like a little cloud that fills about half of the room, and you can just feel the fellowship and the love that's in the room. And then as they dwindle down and people leave, that atmosphere, that feeling kind of levels out.
That kind of takes me to one of the segments we do. One of the segments we do on Drive Across Texas is Tall Texas Tales, and it kind of intrigues me because what it makes me think of is that this building's old, obviously, and you're going to get into the details of the building. But there's been different proprietors, different businesses in here. So I'm thinking in my mind that those people are probably joining you for lunch. They get excited when the people come, and it's something you can't really explain. It's something you have to come in and experience for yourself. So that leads me to my next question. You've got this beautiful restaurant and this beautiful piece of architecture. This building is amazing. So what is your favorite menu on your item? And what item on your menu?
My favorite would have to be our Monster Hog Sandwich.
Brian had one of those a while ago, and he said it was really good.
He did. We make that ourselves. We smoke our pork loin. and then we chill it and we slice it very fine, and then we put it on the grill with a sauce that we make, a Carolina Gold sauce.
What's in that?
Well, I can't tell you everything that's in there.
Yeah.
Love, lots of
Love,
love.
lots of love. I want to ask you something. This is kind of off the subject here. You know, I'm a sixth generation Texan, and I'm a huge, huge Texas high school football fanatic. And we're in Cameron. Cameron Yo.
Cameron Yo.
Back to back to back state champions.
Yes, sir.
What is it like in your restaurant on a Friday afternoon before a home game?
Well, there's a lot of love in the town. We do a bread pudding that we make for the team to give out as one of the prizes people get that come to the game. And going to the games, it's amazing. You know, I'm not from Cameron, but I feel like I'm planted in Cameron now. I've been here 25 years, and going to a football game, you can just feel.
Can you feel the energy?
You can feel the energy and the excitement, and you can just.
On the smell of popcorn in the air, and
Yes.
the band's playing,
Yes,
smell of fresh cut
excitement
grass.
and- Yes, it's great.
Man, you make me want to just get up and
Great.
hit somebody. I'm loving it. So anyway, you know what? I know you're busy and we're gonna have to let you go real soon. So I kind of want some information on your building here.
Well, the building the information that I have is from 1915, where J.P. Werner took the building, and he had a department store here. He had a tailor, he had women's clothing, men's clothing, made custom suits for the men in the town. A department store, and then it has also been a grocery and a pharmacy, and then it was Papa John's, not the pizza Papa John's, but John Rosick and his family took it over, and they had lots of beer and lots of chili and stew and fellowship.
That's great.
Lots of
Just a meeting
Domino's.
home. Yeah.
And it was that for 50 years, I think, and that's what it was before I bought it.
You know, we were looking at it, you know, back in the olden days, you know, the 30s and the 20s, you know, you see all these historical pictures, and all these are just like shotgun buildings. But this is kind of deceiving, because now there's a wall here. When the original owner of the building that had the clothing store, this is actually 5,000 square foot in this building. You're going to open up.
It is, and we're working on it right now.
If it ever quits raining.
If it ever quits raining, we'll get that
That's
finished.
great. Will you do us a favor and show us the rest of the building and kind of tell us what you know about historical
I
wise?
will.
Susan, you mentioned a while ago that you know that your husband does a lot of cooking, and so it's kind of a team deal, you know. But what is his specialty?
Well, his specialty, I call him my chemist in the kitchen, because he mixes all of our spices, but he made our chili recipe. He worked on it for 20 years, and we grind our meat, chop our veggies, blend our spices, and cook it all from scratch.
You know, it's unique, I mean, actually to the location here also, because you'd mentioned that for 50 years, this place was called
Papa John's.
Papa John's, and they served chili and stew and all that stuff.
The Rosick family, they were very popular and known for their chili and beer and Domino's in this building. They started across the street, and then they moved over here, and were here for 50 years, I think.
So you ever had anybody walk in and mention, like, if they were a kid
yeah.
or something, come in that they ate with the Rose when the Rosicks had it?
Oh yeah, I've had
Give me a
lots of
story.
people.
Give
I've
me a
had
story
lots
about
of people come in, and I love it because I hear them tell him they come in. I had a fella come in and sit over here, and he sat down with his son. His son might have been 10 or so, and he said, he was telling him, I came in here and I sat with my grandfather right there and had Nehas and chili.
See, that's what's so wonderful about these small communities, these small Texas towns. You get that generational history, you know, and it's awesome as a parent to be able to bring one of your kids into the history, you know, and some of your past life. So that's one of the things I love about small town Texas.
That's what I love about this too.
That's great. Well, you know, I'm excited to see the building. Would you take time out of your day to show it to us?
Sure, I'd love to show you. It's under construction. It's a little rough, but I'll sure show
So
you.
you're basically on the construction. you're going to open up the entire 5,000 square foot, right?
We are. We're going to add additional seating on this side of the building, and we're going to add a little bar area in the back, and we're going to expand our kitchen into the back as well, so we'll have more room. And then eventually we're going to build a patio out on the back side of the building so we can sit in the evenings when the nice cool breeze is coming through in the summertime.
Feels like coming home, and that's exactly what you feel. When your next drive across Texas, you pull into Cameron, Texas, and you want to feel like coming home, just make a trip into the Dutchtown Deli and Cafe and see Susan here. Y'all remember now?
Yeah.
Say it again. Hey, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Now, you're original from Texas, right?
I'm from Texas.
How many years your family, how many generations do you know? Several?
Maybe several.
Oh, here we go. You got to learn around here. Folks, that's coming from a couple of Texans. Adios.
Adios.